Welcome back to Gurung Pinoy. This is Coach Mac, and I'm coming back with our sample items for assessment as, for, and of learning. But before we proceed, make sure that you follow, subscribe, and like our social media accounts that can be found on your screen. As we have discussed last time, we said assessment for learning and assessment of learning are both assessment for learning and assessment of learning are both done by the teachers. Assessment for learning is formative assessment, and this is used by the teacher to try to adjust the way she teaches. While assessment of learning is summative assessment. This type of assessment are the ones that are usually reported, like say your summative test, your achievement tests. So in your assessment of learning, you are comparing the achievements of your students against the set goals. Now, on the other hand, assessment as learning is done by the students themselves. This is when the students would reflect and monitor their own progress. Without further ado, let's get to our items. Item number 1. Teacher Mark provides a rubric as a guide for his students to check if their project meets the criteria. This practice best supports. The correct answer here is assessment as learning. As you can see, the students check if their project meets. As you can see, the students assess their own work. We go to question number 2. Miss Mary gave her students a quiz. She checks them and sees the need to reteach. This practice best supports. As we can see in this sample, Miss Mary uses the results of this type of assessment to try to change the way she teaches, and she sees that there is a need for her to reteach. And so this type of assessment is assessment for learning. Item number 3. In assessment blank learning, teachers adjust their plans and engage in corrective teaching. This is very similar to item number 2, and so we know that this is assessment for learning. Question number 4. Diagnostic tests are examples of assessment blank learning. Diagnostic tests, of course, are used by the teachers to guide their teaching. And so the correct answer here is letter B. It's an assessment for learning. We go to question number 5. Assessment blank learning guides students in setting goals and monitoring their progress toward them. Since we have students assessing their own learning, this is letter C, assessment as learning. Question number 6. Assessment blank learning is used to make judgments about students' performance in relation to provincial standards. These are big assessments, and we know that this is letter A, assessment of learning. Number 7. Teachers use assessment blank learning as an investigative tool to find out as much as they can about what their students know and can do, and what confusions, preconceptions, or gaps they might have. In this question, the teacher is using whatever it is that she gathers to guide her teaching. And so, this is letter B, assessment for learning. Question number 8. Teacher Anna makes sure that she checks understanding to ensure that the students are following the lesson. This is an example of assessment blank learning. Teacher Anna is checking her students' progress. And so, this is letter B, assessment for learning. Number 9, assessment blank learning is the use of a task or an activity to measure, record, and report on a student's level of achievement with regards to specific learning expectations. Of course, here in this item, you are trying to compare students' achievement with set expectations or goals. And so we know that this is letter A, assessment of learning. Last item, assessment blank learning is commonly known as summative assessment. Now we know that the correct answer here is letter A. Last item, assessment blank learning is commonly known as summative assessment. Now we know that the correct answer here is letter A, assessment of learning. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our sample items for assessment as, of, and for learning. I hope you have learned well. I hope you have learned from me today. Please come back for more videos. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and follow our social media accounts. Again, this is Coach Mek of Gurong Pinoy, and I say, maliit man na butil ng mga kaalaman, ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawaan. Thank you.